So I just tried to make a video a moment ago, and I tried to do it live and I lost connection and things got really crazy all of a sudden. I'm gonna close this window so my kids' crazy banter doesn't get all over my nerves. Anyway, but I wanted to share a funny story that happened. I'm trying to make a video about our water situation, and if you followed us on Instagram any length of time, you know that we're a family of 7 here, babe. Family of 7. We have 5 children under 12. We live in an RV. We don't have a well, septic. We don't have a tank like a pond. In Texas, they call them tanks. We don't have a spring, so we have to pull water in while we're setting up our rain catchment. Anyway, so we're working in the back of the RV, and all of a sudden we lose internet, and we couldn't figure out why. We tried to run the air conditioner in the RV this morning, and it didn't work. We thought we tripped a breaker, so we did all the breakers, and they were all fine. And so we get pissed. We thought the electric company had cut us off, right? We just paid our bill. And truthfully, our bill's only like $30 a month or something, so not a lot of money. But anyway, we were pissed. We thought the electricity company had totally jacked us. Anyway, so I called them, and they're like, no, you're fine. You're getting all your power or whatever, your ampage from our end. And I'm like, okay, well, if I can't get this to work, I'm calling you back, you know, because I had to check all my breakers. And, well, my husband did anyway. I don't do that kind of stuff, just to let y'all know. Anyway, so, so we walk back in this area, and now my RV is about a hand's length away from the electric pole, right? And this is where the water connection and our IBC tanks are at. So we were working all back here this morning, and we opened my husband opens the breaker box, right, you know, and he goes, man, I forgot to check the big breaker. So he turns it on and off, you know, and it didn't work. Although it wasn't off originally, but he's like, maybe it just, you know, tripped, whatever. So we're standing here, and like we're both getting kind of really pissed, right? You know, but the crazy thing, let me tell y'all what happened. Let me tell y'all why I now hindsight find it so crazy is because we only have 600 gallons, and before we got the IBCs, we only had 80 gallons a week because we had 5-gallon tanks. You know, we had to go fill up. So I mean, I don't have an abundance of water. We have to drag our nasty black water to the RV tank every week, you know, so we don't have like the amenities that, you know, a traditional home in the city, or even a homestead that's already set up, you know, right? So we're on raw land homestead. Anyway, so we're getting pissed, but I don't know why we're getting pissed, because like, so it's just electricity, right? Like, but I was really getting like freaked out that I wouldn't have electricity tonight when it got dark. Gosh, the stupid things, right? I could have turned on my flashlight, whatever. I could have made it work. I could make not an abundance of water and no sewer work. I could have made electric work, but I was tripping. Anyway, so it had come and plugged from here, right? You know, so see, we're working like how close the RV is to the electric pole, and we did that on purpose so we wouldn't have to buy extra lines and extension cord, and we are really just working in this whole area. So anyway, so what I really wanted to show y'all is what we're doing about plumbing these IBC tanks into our RV, right? So this is my RV water connection, and I'm going to turn around. I'm new at videoing, so y'all just have grace, and I know, try not to make y'all throw up. But anyway, so here's our IBC tanks, right? And last week, well, actually just a couple days ago, Dad did a video about water pressure. And so if you look, here's our entrance, and our spigot is actually higher. So we have it set up on about 7 plastic skids. It's not perfect, and I'm kind of worried about snakes getting in there, but for today it works, right? You know, we can come back at another day and build something or put cinders, but today it works. So we're actually just going to run a small hose pipe, right? And then it'll plumb into the water heater, and we'll have water. And this is about 300 gallons, right? And so then we have another IBC tank that sits on our old farm truck. And our old farm truck is really, it actually really probably needs, like, to go to the graveyard. It's going to cost us way too much. It needs a lot wrong with it. It gets like 8 miles to the gallon, which is like, oh, I don't know who can afford vehicles like that. We have another truck we're working on. But anyway, so for today, he just has this IBC on the back of my truck, on the back of his truck, and he just goes down, goes down to the neighbor man's house, and he just fills it up. So what he's doing is he's siphoning the water into the IBC tank. The other cool thing that we would like to do is we want these IBC tanks to also be part of our rain catchment system. But you see how now the IBC tank is the same height as the shed. So what we're eventually going to do is take and raise that shed. You see how it's all just so closely connected. Raise that shed and then just put a short spout and let the water, the rainwater, catch into it. So I really just wanted to come on and show you how we're being creative. And I have to get in this shade. How we're being creative with water and how we're hooking it up. There's many of you who have contacted us and said, we're living in a RV, we don't have water, what are you doing? How are you doing it? So we just wanted to share how we're doing it. Now, we might not be doing it the most efficient way or the smartest way, but for now, folks, this works. I shared over a live the other day, and I wish I would have saved the video, but I just went into depth about, why we're so excited about water, and so I just wanted to share that again. So I have been taking baths, and so have my kids, in a little kiddie pool. And it's great. And it works, right? Like, I was even able to wash my hair last week, and it was just fantastic. But last week, whenever I was taking a bath in that kiddie pool, there was a wind that came up, and I about froze to death. I was in my birthday suit in that pool. My head was wet, and that wind come up. And, normally if you're swimming in a traditional pool, like, you just get under the water and the wind never bothers you. Oh, yeah. So I'm thankful to be able to start plumbing water so that I can begin taking a shower or a bath in my RV and, like, close the door. Like, God and all creation can see me in my birthday suit. Sometimes that's kind of unnerving. Although we don't have neighbors, we live on a mile dirt road. There's 4 of us back here, so nobody can see you. But still, it's just unnerving. It's not my normal character. So anyway, if you have any questions about how we're doing stuff with our water, ask them beneath this video. I just posted a Q&A meme on Instagram asking our followers if you had questions about our setup, about how we're doing it, or even crazy stuff like our sleeping arrangements, or, how much the RV company charges us to dump our block water. Whatever your question is, ask us. We read everything. We try to respond to everything. And if we've ever missed your comment, we are so sorry. It's not intentional. But we are going to do a live probably at the beginning of June. Not a live, a Facebook video at the beginning of June. And just start answering your questions. It's a very unconventional lifestyle, and we're doing it with kids. We homeschool. Dad still works full-time in the city. So people are curious how we're doing it, and you know what? Sometimes we wonder how we're doing it. So anyway, thanks for following along our journey. I hope you learned something today, had inspiration to do things maybe a little different where you're at, maybe even if it's just a garden shed that you're going to collect rainwater off of to water your plants. Anyway, so y'all have a great day. Thanks for following us. By the way, if you don't know this, we are on Instagram, our farm, and our homeschool. Our homeschool is Homesteading Homeschool. We have a Facebook group for homesteading homeschoolers. Go check that out. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. And we have a website that just went live last week. So if you want to go check all those things out, we have the same name across the board except for our homeschool, which is Homesteading Homeschool. And the Facebook group is Homesteading Homeschool. So Go check that out. I'm excited to connect with y'all. I'm excited to build relationship. I'm excited to get to know you and for you to get to know us and be encouraging to us, because y'all, this is hard stuff. Anyway, like this video, leave a comment in the bottom. You know the drill. Subscribe if you haven't. We appreciate you.